Welcome to the Certified Educational Planner Online Assessment Preview. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate the platform you will use in taking your assessment. Notice on the screen now is an email, and you will get a similar email from the assessment committee about 3 days or so before your assessment is scheduled. You will be given a link to the test. You will be given some information about browsers to use, not to use cell phones or iPads and so forth, and a series of tips and strategies that we hope will be helpful to you. Let me point out that you will have talked to a member of the assessment committee about many of the items that I'm going to mention ever so briefly in this tour. When you are ready to take the test, you will click on the link that was given to you, and that gets you to the first page of the assessment platform. You will see your name on the top left, the CEP insignia in the same area, and then you'll get a button to launch the test. So here we are starting the test. You'll see that your test is loading. Each time you're going to see some additional instructions not to use F5, for example, at any point, and other instructions. And you'll get to the third screen and you'll press next, and that will take you to a screen that has a welcome from the CEP Commission. It has some information about the test. It talks about the case studies. It talks about the hope that taking the test in the comfort of your office or school or home or whatever will make the test process less stressful. You'll be again reminded of some of the technical things to remember. And then on the bottom right, you will proceed and you will get a page that has a couple of questions. So you will put your email and your information. You don't need contact number, USA, and then you're asked two questions. You're asked to affirm. The first is the unauthorized possession, reproduction, or disclosure of assessment materials is prohibited. So you're going to agree. And the next is that I will not use books, websites, or other resources or study aids during the assessment. Yes, I agree. And then if you agree to the terms and conditions, you will check there and move to the next. On the next screen, you will see actual start of the test, and you will have 300 minutes. So we're going to start the test now. And on the first screen, you will see the institutions that you will write about. This particular test is an assessment for a college focused, a person doing college work. And for those doing college work, you are asked to list 30 colleges or universities you have visited, and then the assessment committee picks 4 of those. So you will see on the screen now that this particular college consultant has 4 schools to choose from: Bucknell, Miami of Ohio, Rice, and Eckerd, and the person will choose 2 of those to write about. If one specialty is therapeutic or school or graduate school or any other specialty, then the institutions correspond with that specialty. So let's click OK here and move on to the first screen, where the question about institution number 1 is listed on the left-hand side. Again, this is an example of a college assessment. So on the left, you'll see of the 4 colleges selected, choose one of them to write about. Here for number 1, state the name of the college and then respond to the following 5 questions. And then on the right side, you start responding. This is my response. This is very similar to a very basic word processing program on the right. There are a few things that you can do, bold and underline and bullets and so forth. There are some special characters also. So you write your response to institution 1 in this space. There is no word limit to any of these questions. I want to point out 2 other things on this page. The first is there's an eye in a circle that's near the top left, and if you press on that, you again get the list of institutions that have been chosen for you. Your name will be on the top center, and there's another eye with a circle, and that's again the introduction that you have already read, but if you want to go back over any of the instructions, they are always there for you on each page. So after you complete the responses to question 1, you'll notice on the bottom right the next question. And so here is question 2. Again, it's exactly the same. It's another institutional question. Same 5 questions are asked. You would simply choose a different university. So if I spoke about Bucknell in the first one, then I might choose Eckerd for the second. And again, type in my responses over here on the right-hand side. And then when you are finished with that question, you can proceed to the third section, which is the first of the professional knowledge sections of the test. And you will see an introductory paragraph here on the left, so that professional knowledge is measured by your responses to 2 short case studies or vignettes and some other information. And then it proceeds to go into the case of, in this case, the student that the case is written about is named Kevin Lativa, and you will see 3 or 4 paragraphs about this particular student. You'll be given information about the sort of student that he is, the sort of credentials, and so forth. And then there are 3 questions that you will also see on the left side. What general characteristics would you be looking for? And to suggest 3 to 5 specific recommendations. And the third question lists any other points that should possibly be considered. And again, here on the right, respond to the case. And again, no word limit. That's case number 1, which is question number 3. And when you are finished with your response to that, you move to question 4, which is the second of the case studies. Again, the same information. In this case, we have the case of Hannah Frazier. And so we're given information about her, both academically and in terms of personal and educational characteristics that are significant. You'll see that here we have a list of factors that are ideal in her finding a college that suits her. And again, on the right side, you type in your responses. You can go back at any point. So after you finish writing about Hannah and the schools that are appropriate for her, you can go back up here to number 3 to see the case of Kevin and add or delete as need be. You can also go back to the first part of the test. Remember, however, check out the top right and this is how much time is left. So I have 4 hours and 52 minutes to complete the test. And again, I can go back and forth to any of the parts of the test that I want to change or add or revisit in any way that I want to. After you are completely finished with the test, you go to the top and you click on Finish the Test. And you are prompted here whether indeed you want to finish the test. And let's assume that you do. So finishing your test, and then your test has been submitted successfully. You're given a couple of questions to ask about the test taking process. Say things were moderately clear and my experience was, let's say it was very good, which we hope it will be for everybody. And then we submit, and at that point, your assessment is complete, is sent to the assessment committee, and you are finished. And we hope that you, at that point, will be celebrating the completion. And in 1 or 2 months, we hope that you will be celebrating your being a certified educational planner. We hope that this has helped explain the assessment and given you an opportunity to see the test itself. Any questions that you have should be addressed to aicep.org. Good luck on the test.